Hi, I'm Dempsey Pulot, and this week I'm reviewing... Now before we start, as always, I just want to take a quick second to remind you guys to make sure you hit that like button if you like today's video, and if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well for more movie-related content weekly. But without further ado, let's jump into today's film. Spenser Confidential was directed by Peter Berg, and it's based on the novel Wonderland by Ace Atkins. The film stars Mark Wahlberg, Winston Duke, Alan Alda, Eliza Schlesinger, and Bokeem Woodbine, and it follows a former cop who, after being released from prison, is trying to readjust to society, but becomes entangled in this conspiracy involving a network of dirty cops. Now, this is the 5th collaboration between both Mark Wahlberg and Peter Berg. Their last film was Mile 22, and all things considered, this is a major upgrade. That's not saying a lot, though. Don't get me wrong. This film was just okay. I thought that everything across the board was just fine. The direction was fine. The acting was fine. Mark Wahlberg is essentially just playing himself. His character's from Boston, and he doesn't even have to mask his New England accent. And, of course, he's doing the usual Mark Wahlberg things throughout the film. Personally, I thought that there were only 2 aspects worth noting. The first, you probably guessed it, was, of course, Winston Duke, who just seems to shine in everything that he's in. And I'm really excited to see what the future holds for him because he seems like such a bright actor and he has so much fun in this movie with his role. The second thing was the mystery at the film's core. While this film is officially categorized as a mystery/comedy thriller, I found its attempts at comedy to feel very forced. It feels like for every 5 minutes of seriousness there's an attempt at a joke or a one-liner. I'm not kidding when I say that there's literally a scene where the 2 main characters are talking about their motivations for why they do what they do, and one of the characters is even talking about his dead father. And a couple minutes later, Mark Wahlberg is in the bathroom having crazy sex. Yes. As I mentioned before, I did admire the mystery at the heart of the plot, and I felt like if the film had just stuck with that, by itself, it would have been much better for it. But instead, there were just way too many blatant attempts at trying to get a laugh, and they fail more often than not. Another thing that I felt could have been improved upon was the editing, and I don't always complain about the editing. It has to be really bad or really messed up in order for me to really pick up on it, and I had the same exact complaint with Mile 22. In that film, there were scenes where it seemed like things were just about to happen, and right before they happened, it cut away. Here, there are a lot of fights that happen, and it's crazy because especially in the very beginning, there's actually a fighting sequence, and right before the fist is about to connect with one of the people, it like cuts away, and then the next clip you see is the person's already hit. It happens way too often, and like I said, it was something that I had a problem with in his last film, but it's not as bad as his last film. It's definitely improved, but it's still far from perfect. To be honest, I think the only reason both Berg and Wahlberg have done much better before is because most of their films are based on true stories. Lone Survivor, Deepwater Horizon, Patriots Day. Spenser Confidential doesn't even come close to any of those films, and it certainly doesn't add anything to the mystery or detective fiction genres, and especially the comedy genre, but it's still mildly entertaining. And, how could I forget, it has Post Malone in it. I mean, he's all the rage right now, right? That's what all the kids are listening to. In all seriousness, though, while it isn't perfect, I still thought that it was a pretty decent film worth checking out. And for that, I'm gonna give it 2.5 stars.
You're in big trouble. For what?
Guys, Spenser Confidential is available on Netflix right now if you want to go check it out. And if you do go check it out, please let me know what you thought about it down below in the comment section. If you loved it, if you hated it, if you felt just okay with it, like me. But yeah. Thanks so much for taking the time out of your day to view this video. It really does mean the world to me. And once again, if you liked it, please make sure to hit that like button. And if you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button as well for more movie-related content weekly. But that's pretty much all the time that I have for you guys today. I have a lot of stuff that I'm working on. I'm very excited to share with you shortly. So I should probably get back to work. Until next time, I'm Dempsey Pulot. Take care.